Good morning, students. I am Vaibhav Shah, and we are going to discuss lecture number 9 of subject OC and chapter 2, that is Principles of Management. Hope all of you are safe at your home. Please don't go outside because as pandemic is spreading everywhere and local transmission is also there. So it is better for us to stay at home and concentrate on our studies. Dear students, you are getting a very best chance to stay at home and prepare for your board examinations. I don't think that government will give any kind of relaxation in your board examination. So work as hard as possible. That will helpful in grabbing the maximum marks. Now let us discuss about the general principles that is given by Henry Fayol. Total 14 principles are given by Henry Fayol, and out of which in last lecture we had discussed about first 3 general principles, that is division of work, authority, that is power and responsibility, and discipline. Let us move forward in the same sequence. So now we are having the 4th one, that is the unity of command as a principle of management given by Henry Fayol. Employees cannot follow orders from more than one superior. Hence, this principle shows that employees should get order from only one superior on any job or activity. It means that employees should be responsible to only one superior for particular job or department. Due to this principle, confusion never arises amongst employees in regards to order. If more than one orders are given, that create confusion amongst employees and industrial discipline cannot be maintained due to that. So let us discuss this point in a detail. As we all know that whether it is a school or any business organization or any of the working condition, if more than one person is giving order and command to the employees, then they will be confused about whose order will be followed, and in case if they are following an order of more than one person, there is some of the work which will be left unattended. So it is the basic necessity of any of the business organization to be successful is that there should be some kind of unity of command, that is there should be any one superior who will be eligible to give orders and instructions to the employees and not more than one. If more than one person or superior is giving orders to the employees, it may happen that there will be some kind of biasness will increase in the organization or favoritism is also there. So let us discuss this point in detail. Employees cannot follow orders from more than one superior. Hence, this principle shows that employees should get order from only one superior for any job or activity. It is the very basic nature of human beings that if more than one person is giving them order, then they should be confused regarding the priorities, that to whom they will be given a priority and whose work will be done later on. As all of us, or as a student, you are also facing the same thing during your schools, that subject teacher is giving different instructions while your class teacher is giving instruction in a different manner, and sometimes the higher authority is instructing. But here in school life, we are not following any kind of order from anyone. Here we are getting instructions, so it may happen that we can coordinate with that instruction very clearly. But in business organization, the higher authorities are always giving orders to the employees for attaining or for completing a particular task. That's why employees cannot follow order from more than one superior. And that's why in modern era we will be having one immediate supervisor or one immediate superior who is responsible for giving order and instruction to the employees. Hence, this principle shows that employee should get order from only one superior for any job or activity. If any other person than his immediate supervisor wants to give some kind of instructions and orders, then they should consult it with the immediate supervisor. For example, Mr. X is responsible to giving answers to Mr. Y. If Mr. Z wants to convey anything to Mr. X, then they have to consult Mr. Y regarding this, and as Mr. Y is the only person who is giving order to Mr. X, they should consult in a manner that Mr. Y will give instruction to Mr. X. Now let us move forward. It means that employee should be responsible to only one superior for particular job or department. In many of the business organization, they are having their own separate department where the departmental head is the main authority of that particular department, and all other employees are responsible or they are answerable to that particular departmental head. So it means that the employee should be responsible to only one superior for particular job or department or any kind of instructions, orders or targets. Now, due to this principle, confusion never arises amongst employees in regards to order. In traditional method or in traditional way of doing a business, there are more than one superior who every time instructing and giving orders to the employees. But at that time, it may happen that some of the work will be given a priority and they will be completed in the limited time frame. But many of the works are left unattended due to more than one order authority. But nowadays, due to these modern techniques or these modern principles of management, confusion never arises amongst employees in this regards to order. Let us discuss our example once again. Here Mr. X is the employee, Mr. Y is the immediate supervisor who is giving order and instruction to them. If anybody, whether it is A or B or C or D, whomsoever it may concern, wants to give any kind of orders or instruction to Mr. X, then they should convey that message to Mr. Y only, because as per this principle, Mr. Y is the only person who is able and who has the authority to give any kind of order and instruction to Mr. X. In case if more than one orders are given at a time, means any time if more than one person is giving order, that creates confusion among employees, because now employees cannot decide to whom's order will be followed and which one is the priority. And industrial discipline cannot be maintained due to that, because due to this there will be some kind of favoritism which will result into some of the work unattended and non-completion of a targets on a time. That's why there should be a proper unity of command where there is only single superior who is able to give order and instruction to the employees, and that will clear all the confusions, and industrial discipline can be maintained by this way. Now let us move forward and discuss principle number 5, that is unity of direction. Planning is an outline for future. This can be done through job division and specialization. If deviations are found during planning, then direction or guidance is provided. This direction should be given by superior authority. By doing this, coordination of all tasks and efforts can be done easily. According to this principle, there should be only one superior employees group, and this group should be doing job for only one purpose. Same as we have discussed in principle number 4, that is there should be some kind of unity of command. Here in principle number 5 also, there will be some kind of unity of direction where a particular group of people who are appointed for this purpose only, and they and only they can give directions and instructions to all the employees who are working in the organization. Now let us discuss this point in a detail. Planning is an outline for future. In chapter 3, it is given that planning is a decision or some kind of plan for the future in present, where we are deciding the course of action to be undertaken in the future time, but it will be decided in the present times. So planning is an outline for future. This can be, it means the planning can be done through job division and specialization. As we have discussed in first principle that there should be some kind of division of work, here it is also that the planning can be done through job division. It means all the activities of the business organization or the particular process is divided among some of the employees who are working in the organization on the basis of their specialization. Nowadays in modern era, there is so many courses are developed which can help in expertise in any of the particular subject, and by dividing the activities we can get the benefit of specialization too. Like for marketing activities, we are having a marketing manager who have completed their masters in marketing only. For HR, we are having a HR manager. For finance, we are having finance manager. And different kinds of experts are there who will be undertaken the activities of planning and different implementation. Now, during the planning, if deviations are found, deviations means some kind of gap. It is the gap between expected performance and actual performance. Or we can say it is the gap between what is planned and what is actually received or actually performed. So in any case, if deviations are found during planning, that means if the targets are not achieved fully, then direction or guidance is provided. So before that, it means when the business organization's activities are running smoothly, there is no need to give any kind of direction or guidance to the employees. But if there is a deviation, it means if there is a gap between the planning or we can say the target and achievement, then there are some of the people who will give direction or guidance to the employees. These directions should be given by superior authority. Line this statement, it is obvious that those who are seated on the top or those who are superior of that particular employee will give direction to that particular employee. By doing this, it means the superior who is liable to give the direction to the employee, and by this way coordination of all tasks and efforts can be done easily, because now we are having a different authorities or a different group of people who are able to give direction to their employees. Say for example, in one organization there is 10 supervisors. Under each supervisor there is 10 employees who are working. So now we are having 10 teams of 10 supervisors. It means team A, team B, team C, team D, and a supervisor A, supervisor B, C, D, and like. Now if any of the worker is found deviated or there should be any gap in his performance, then the immediate supervisor who is responsible to them will give them direction, or they will give guidance in this situation. So there is only one supervisor who is taking care of that particular employee, and more than one supervisor is not allowed to give any kind of direction. Now, according to this principle, there should be only one superior employees group. It means either there is only one superior or one superior employees group. It means there is a group of people who are taking care of all the activities of business organization, and this group should be doing job for only one purpose, and that is the purpose of the organization is the achievement of the target, and for that this group is giving different kind of instructions and guidance to the employees who are working on that particular work. Now let us move forward to sixth principle of Henry Fayol, that is subordination of individual interest to the general interest. Management is a collective activity, hence there should be coordination between persons and departments. This results in an easy achievement of goals of business unit. This principle shows that interest of individual or employee group should be considered as subsidiary against the interest of whole unit. This means that common interest should be prominent instead of individual interest. Here, in this principle, we'll discuss some of the important points regarding the teamwork. When we are working in a team, it is the achievement of the goal is necessary instead of achievement of a personal objectives. It means when we are working for achievement of particular target, there should be proper coordination and cooperation between the employees who are working collectively. If there is a lack in some of the activities by some of the employees, then there should be other employees who are always ready to complete the task within a stipulated time period so that the goal becomes easy. And whenever there is a dilemma of individual interest and general interest, then people should always focus and try to achieve the general interest instead of the personal interest. It means sometimes it may happen that you have to sacrifice your individual interest for the favor of general interest. And by this way, everyone achieves more, and there will be the win-win situation where the person is also win and the organization or the team is also in a winning situation. So let us now discuss about this sixth principle. Management is a collective activity. It means when there is a more than two persons are engaged in any kind of activities, there is a necessity of management arise, and we are working on a collective activity. Hence, there should be coordination between persons and departments. Sometimes it may happen that as all the departmental heads are in the same line of authority, there should be some kind of ego issues between them, that why should I follow the instruction of other employee or other manager who is in the same position. And that's why due to this ego issue, sometimes the work may be incomplete or unattended, and at last the organization as a whole have to suffer. Like let us take one example. There is one manager, that is finance manager, another manager is the production manager, and third one is a purchase manager. Now, due to different business activities, the production manager requests the purchase manager to purchase some necessary infrastructural activities, or we can say raw materials and tools and equipments. Now, considering the request of this production manager, the purchase manager is requesting, or he may order the finance manager to grant the finance for purchasing of that particular raw material or tools. Now, here the ego issue of finance manager is reflected in his activity and performance. He is in the thought that the purchase manager, being the same line of authority, why he is giving an order to me? Why should I follow the order given by that particular person? And that's why he is rejecting the request of that purchase manager, and it will result into the delay in purchase of raw material, which results into delay in production planning and the production manager is not able to complete his target in a timely manner. And that's why to remove all these inefficiencies and ego issues and problems, there should be coordination between persons. That means the coordination between these managers and the departments which are interdependent on each other. Due to this example, we are knowing that it is the general interest that the completion of task is necessary. If due to any of the manager, that is either due to finance manager or due to purchase manager, if the working targets or the production target is incomplete, then the whole team or organization as a whole has to suffer. So, if there is a proper coordination between these persons and departments, everyone is willing to help each other, and that will result into the higher efficiencies of the organization and highest production units. Now, if there is a proper coordination between persons and departments, this results in an easy achievement of goals of business unit, because here each and every manager or each and every employee is knowing his importance in the total collective activity of a business organization, and they always willing and try to help each other in the achievement of business goal, and by this way we can easily achieve the goals of business unit. This principle shows that interest of individual or employee group should be considered as subsidiary against the interest of whole unit. Here, in the above example, due to the ego issue of finance manager, the whole work has to suffer. But due to this principle shows that interest of individual or employee group should be considered as subsidiary against the interest of whole unit. Let us take another example. There is a group of 7 different members in an organization who are working for completing a particular task that is allotted to them. Now, out of this 7 person, there is a one leader who is working with all of them to complete their particular task. Out of these 7 people, there is 2 people who are inefficient and not able to complete their task in a timely manner. Here, the total work is allotted to the team and not to any individual person. Each and every activity of that particular task is divided among these 7 persons, and each one has a role in completing that particular task that is provided by the organization. Now, all those 5 who are working very efficiently, they have completed their task in a timely manner and very effectively. But those 2 who are unable to complete their work because of inefficiency has to suffer. In that case, if any of the individual is helping them, then there will be the higher burden of work on that particular employee who willing to work, and that's why no one is ready to help out these 2 persons who are inefficient. But because of this mentality or this ego issue, the whole work has to suffer, and the team itself not completing or not able to complete their task within a particular time period, and as a team they have to suffer a loss. If the person who feel that they have to work more or there should be a heavy burden of work, if they will come helpful to those 2 people who are inefficient, if they have work or if their willingness is there to work with them as a team, and if by the help of these 5 people also the work will be completed in a timely manner, then the whole organization will achieve more and there will be the win-win situation. So this principle shows that interest of individual or employee group should be considered as subsidiary. It means it is the secondary matter that whether you are capable enough or not, and if you are capable enough, then it is your duty to help all those who are working with you, because here you are working as a team. So whenever there is the benefit of the whole organization or it is in the interest of general interest, then your individual interest should be subsidiary or secondary. And by this way, we can achieve the maximum result in the business organization. This means that common interest should be prominent instead of individual interest. Here we have to focus on the common interest of the whole organization instead of our individual interest, because together we achieve more. Say for example, if there is remuneration is based on the number of units produced. Now, particular group of a people, that is the total 10 employees are there in a group, and the completion of a task, that is 10 units, is the target for that particular group of people. It is not the individual work, but the remuneration should be based on the individual productivity, which is equal for everyone. It means each and every employee has to complete minimum 1 unit of a work in a timely manner. Now, due to some of the inefficiencies, or as some of the employees are inefficient, out of total 10, there are only 7 persons who will be able to complete their task in a timely manner. That's why the total work completed over here is 7 units only out of 10 units. Now, all those who have completed their task in a timely manner are in a thought that they have completed it within a stipulated time. So, their individual interest is satisfied. It means they will get the total amount as a wage, which is decided earlier. But as the task is of a group task and the total remuneration will be divided equally, if these 7 persons will not help other 3 persons, then the whole team will lose the total remuneration. But if these 7 persons will help in completing the completing the task to all those 3 persons who are unable to complete it in a timely manner, the total team will achieve more, and the total income which they are received as which they will receive as a remuneration will be distributed equally amongst them. So when there is a general interest of whole team or whole organization, the individual interest will be sacrificed. It means here there should be a common mentality that together we achieve more, and individually we cannot complete the task, and that will result into the lower efficiency, and as an organization and as a team we have to suffer more. So here we have completed total 6 principles. Let us take a glimpse of all these 6 principles. First principle was of division of work, where the Henry Fayol is in a favor that the productivity can be increased by optimum use of production equipment, and if there is a division of work amongst the expert, then we will be able to take the benefit of principle of specialization, where each and every specialized employee is able to complete the task very efficiently. Second one is the authority and responsibility, like it is the 2 sides of a same coin. Without power without responsibility, and responsibility without power are incomplete. And for that, the power assignment is essential, and for deciding this power, the post of employee, knowledge, qualification, experience, art of leadership, maturity, etc. should be considered. Third one is a discipline, as we have discussed many of the example in this particular point also, that there are some kind of rules and code of conduct, that is do's and don'ts while you are working in the organization. And governance takes place in unit. It means if all the employees are taking seriously all the activities of the business organization, and if they are in a proper discipline, then there should be proper working is maintained in the organization. Fourth one, which we started today itself, is a unity of command. It means there is only one superior authority who is giving command or order or instruction to all the employees who are under them. It means if there is more than one orders are given, that creates confusion among employees, and industrial discipline will also be sacrificed. In unity of direction, same. There is one group of people who are able and who are responsible to give all kind of instructions, directions and guidance to the employees who are working in the organization, and not the all of them will give them direction. And lastly, in the last and sixth point which we discussed today is the subordination of individual interest to the general interest. It means whenever it is the talk of interest of general, then there should be a sacrifice of individual interest, or we can say this principle shows that interest of individual or employee group should be considered as subsidiary against the interest of whole unit. Done. So here we completed all these 6 principles. It is my advice to all of you that please go through it once again and remember all these points in a deep, so that you will be able to understand and answer in your examination. Thank you very much, class.